We could probably talk for days about the time that we attempted something and we learned. It's never failure. You always learn, and then
growth.
And then you rise.
Part of the growth. This is the Real Grind, ladies and gentlemen, the place that we feature amazing real estate investors while we're sipping on a great
coffee. You got.
Let's go.
Was it what happened to your face now?
Bro, why do I have to open the show and you kind of have to all the time putting out my stuff, man? Let the people see it for themselves.
I don't see you until I get behind my coffee cup in here, and now I look up and the mustache, was it a Velcro thing?
You know
what happened there?
I just took a shower, man. I just washed off. You know what I'm saying? It
was
a fake
mustache.
The glue was gone.
Oh, man. Looks good, though. It still look good, man. Looks sharp. And
let's go, dude. And today, what do you got for us for the coffee?
Man, remember that trip we did to Brazil?
Yes.
Remember that one of my favorite farms, man, that you took me to. One of my favorite coffee farms you took me to.
Oh no! Is that okay? That is special.
I'm not gonna say the name. I'll save it for the coffee
dude,
time.
That is super special because it's like I know a lot of history behind that specific farm, and that's the thing. It's not. We feature one of our episodes like a local shop is great, but this is actually a farmer that actually grows the trees. And he also a roasting master. He does amazing coffee, dude. He's a world-renowned guy.
Yeah, within a couple minutes talking to him, I couldn't process the amount of information that was coming at me.
I know.
Like he's just like
insane.
He's like the Google of coffee. Like anything you ask him, he knows it. You know, like it's amazing. Really cool guy, very humble. The experience we had in there, I wanna kind of share that with our guests today.
All right, and this is the Real Grind, guys. Let's get started.
Waking up to success, now we getting it started. This is the Real Grind. Everything you've been wanting, building an empire, no question. Talking about real estate, investing, making the millions, no stopping. While we sip on gourmet coffee, the Real Grind. This is the Real Grind. Let's go.
And today at the Real Grind, I have a super special guest. I met her in a very cool moment in my life, and we're just being artists together. We are just being awesome artists, and she's from growing up in a farm to 15 years of a personal financial advisor, helping others to achieve higher returns in the stock market. We're her artistic musician background. She ventured off to Miami where she stumbles up on real estate investing. In a short period of time, she successfully executed 2 flips, man, in Miami and make awesome cash from there. And we invited on the stage Jackie O. Let's go. Jackie, you are here.
Leander, I'm here. I'm in Dallas.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. Thank you so much for coming, Jackie.
Thanks for having me.
This is great. You know, Jack and I go back a long time for probably about say 6-7 years.
At least, yeah.
And we're both doing some by being a dancing community, dancing and exploring dancing and traveling to different congresses, you know, which is a beautiful thing, by the way. A lot of you guys know me as the Neander Sax Chata, and she is the DJ Jack Dancer for some people as well, right?
Yeah.
Let's start off with that. But Jackie, I want to just by asking you, what is your background? Where are you from? Let us know. Come on.
Neander, I didn't always wear these shoes and these dresses. I grew up on a dairy cow farm and a cash crop farm in Wisconsin. So very, very humble beginnings. And from there, I knew I didn't want to stay on the farm. So went to college, and my degrees are business, Spanish, and math, but they're very general. So what do you do with those? I instantly went into financial advising. So here I am, 21, 22 years old, a woman in a very male-dominated career. And I moved from Wisconsin to Phoenix, wanted to live where it didn't snow, and I just started knocking on doors.
Wow.
So now this is 2007. What's happening in the real estate market then?
Crash. That was your great opportunity.
Yeah. So markets crashing, both real estate, stock market, all of it. And here I am building an investment business.
Wow.
And
So what do you mean by knocking on doors? Just like going to people, it's like, hey, what was the service that you're for the financial services?
Yeah. I literally took a stack of business cards and went door to door, mostly in residential and some commercial spaces, and did that from 2007 to 2010, just introducing myself. I'd show up at the door, literally say, hey, I'm Jackie. I'm opening a business here close by. Do you want to talk about your money? And it was very, very exciting. So built an incredibly successful, super blessed to have a successful business starting out that way.
And talk a little bit about the clientele, like the people that use, somebody, because financial education is a big deal, right? A lot of people don't know what to do when they start getting some cash and start getting, savings and stuff. And what was that you did for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So having a good foundation, whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, whether you're investing in real estate, whatever it is, definitely do your research, know what you're getting into, lean on the experts. You can do things yourself. Sure, that's one avenue, but there's professionals that are trained in what you're doing. I mean, multifamily empire. After doing 2 fix and flips, and I don't know if we're going to talk about that more later.
Definitely going. That is, I've been waiting to hear about this flips because you and I haven't talked with each other for probably about a year now, and I can see, hey Dan, I got 2 flips and I made tons of money. It's like, wow, we got to talk about this here at the Rio Grind, man. That's super cool. But hold on, let's slow down.
Okay.
I want to hear a little bit more about your career, and because it's a very man-dominated space. Because so did you have any people in your field that that did the same thing, or that's not many?
So the financial services industry at best is maybe only 20% women.
Really?
Yeah. And so again, being young and in that industry, it's exciting. And I'm excited to reach more of the market.
And did
help
you
more
have
people.
more of the females clientele, or is both, or mix?
Yeah, my clientele tend to be the young, high income earning professionals. And there's a good mix of men and women, I would say. My heart is in helping women in a new and unique way. So definitely want to help both. But Confident Wealthy Woman is coming out soon.
That's awesome. So let's talk about that real quick, man, about the Confident Woman, because I love, Dalia and I have the fortune of work with Dalia, my wife, as you know well, that we work in this business, and she's a leader just like I am, but we try to empower more women in that industry as well. And it's beautiful to see, persons like you, that's such a successful business person and entrepreneurs, and try to do good for others, right? Especially for women that sometimes, don't have a security or something. And that's amazing.
Yeah. It's all about helping others and making a difference. I do think, and I don't know that we've ever had a big spiritual conversation, but I believe so strong in my faith. And,
yes.
And God is powerful. And He's put us here on earth to help others. And
absolutely.
And I want to use my skills and talents to do that. And so I just launched my own firm last year in the financial services space, traditional stocks and bonds. And so I'm excited to help others in new ways in that way. And I want to take what I learned in real estate and maybe be a little more hands-off, which is where multifamily empire, I think, can come into play for me as I focus on other things.
Right. And Jackie, so the business clientele now is not just for women, right? It's just, and that's going to be information down, a link below that you can find Jackie on that initiative and her business, how to get in touch with her. Definitely, that's awesome. But Jackie, guess what time it is?
Ooh, coffee time?
It is coffee time. Let's go. Hello.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you.
We talked a bit on the phone, and she was a barista before.
What?
Yep, it may run in the family. There, a handful of us, my sister, my sister-in-law, we all at some point managed a coffee shop.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God, that's my
am I
point.
gonna serve coffee to somebody? It's like,
Yeah,
was
we
a
gotta
barista
say-
and they should manage a coffee.
Right?
It's like,
Do you know how to do the cappuccino and stuff?
I mean, we were not quite that fancy. Humble beginnings here.
Just pour over coffee, huh?
oh, that's one thing I've been telling the others. Like, I've been trying to do the latte art. I call it abstract right now. That's what I call it.
Right, because you can really tell what it is.
No,
on
you
it.
can't.
You gotta,
You gotta be
use your
inspired.
imagination.
Yeah,
Just like
absolutely.
somebody who sees of those paintings, right? They're so fancy and it's like, what
love
the
it,
heck
man.
is that? But it's like, oh, it costed like $100,000 for a paint.
Yeah.
So see, you know,
Now,
you
I try
gotta
to make
use
a
your
flower.
imagination.
All my lattes now that I make, they're not for Valentine's because they're all broken hearts. Like everything is just like, I was like, I'll wait for after Valentine's to try to pour one of those for people. But yeah, man, this coffee right here, it's amazing. Just making this coffee right there, the smell. I went back on the trip to Brazil. I was like, I remember being at that coffee farm. Jackie, you gotta like experience what he took us like now in Brazil. Like this farm is just amazing.
So this guy here, his name is Clayton. He's my cousin. So he owns a farm in Brazil, and he's an interesting guy. He's a surfer, and his dad had a farm, so he used to live by the beach and surf, whatever. So we went home, saw the farm, but they were doing coffee the old traditional way. There was not very specialty coffee. It was just like wholesale, just like they get whatever, you know. And he bought this new idea that he learned about how to really cultivate the nice gourmet coffee, hand-picked, air dry, and racked, and it's just amazing. And he changed the story of that city. Now is a world-known city, little city. It's a village. It's 6,000 people. That's
tiny.
where our farm. We have also a farm there. It's very close to him, as a matter of fact. And his name is Clayton from Ninho da Águia. And there's also a link down here on the description. You can find him on Instagram. And I think you're going to have a blast because this is awesome. He's all over Europe selling this coffee. He's amazing.
Yeah,
He was,
good.
not to mention that he was best coffee of Brazil 2 years in a row.
Wow, and I get to sample it today.
You get your sample of the day. This one
Firsthand.
actually came with me right after I came from Brazil. And we actually,
We just opened it today, special occasion.
let's
you know?
go.
I'm
All right,
excited.
let's do this. So here's yours.
Thank you.
You bet. And you can see how good this is. You can see all the oils shining from there. This is just amazing. So as always, take a
smells
sip.
really
Before you take a
good.
sip, just smell it. Big old slurp. Let it sit in your mouth, and then enjoy a really good coffee.
Do you drink coffee with sugar or no sugar?
Ooh, if I'm gonna drink coffee, black.
Yeah, but this one is almost like a tea kind of thing, right? It's not, it's very light roast because that way you get the best fruit notes, the sweetness
Yeah.
from the coffee, which coffee it is sweet fruit. And which I bring it all the time. But if you following us, you're probably like, oh man, you repeat the same shit. But I was like, no, the coffee fruit is sweeter than a grape.
Wow.
And yeah, the sweet level is sweeter than a grape. And so when you drink it like this, you actually get to taste all the tones
Absolutely.
and everything.
And have you had specialty coffee before, like this?
I mean, based on the way Neander talked this up, I don't know that I've had anything else like this.
It's different. It's very
I've
different.
had some specialty coffee.
Yeah. These are like, I started my whole journey with coffee because of this guy, and it changed it for me. Like, coffee now, if it's darker than the color that you're seeing right there, it's like a tea. I'm kind of like skeptical
Spit it
about
out.
it. Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about it now because it ruined it for me in a way. It's almost like when you start drinking wine, you like really good wine,
Yeah.
and you can go back to like the college days, and you're just like, hey, I'm on a budget now.
What's the name? Red Oak is that one that's really like $3.
Yeah.
Lambrusco. Oh my God, I used to drink that piece of crap. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh my
it's the
God.
same as coffee. I mean, like right now, I'm always like venturing on coffee now. I did a subscription now. I want to get coffee from different parts of the world, so I can bring it here on the show too. But it's amazing, and I really love it. And one thing that I learned this week, and it's scientifically proven, if you take 60% of caffeine out of your diet, you know what happened?
What happened?
You lose the joy of life. It is scientifically proven, man. Like right now, this is what's happening. So make sure caffeine is there every morning.
Hey man, yeah, that's the real grind right here.
Absolutely,
Let's
absolutely.
go. Thank you so much,
Yeah, my
brother.
pleasure as always, Jackie. Enjoy your coffee,
Thank
and
you.
I'll I'll see you guys in the field.
All right. Hey guys, real quick before we continue. So if you want to learn a little bit more how to get started and invest in real estate today, please go to their website, multifamilyempire.com. And if you also want to learn how to do the best cup of coffee in your own home, we're going to teach you a lot of tips and tricks. Go to multifamilyempire.com/the real grind. Let's get back to that interview. All right, Jackie. So I want to just talk a little bit about how the artistic side of you came about, because that's how I met you for. I didn't met the Jackie, the businesswoman, the super successful woman. I met you as a super artist, and like I wanted to get a little bit on that.
Yeah. I think most people don't know my artist side in general. So I grew up playing piano. My parents bought this keyboard that plugged into the computer, and we're talking like MS-DOS, like early 90s.
Wow.
And the keyboard would tell me every time I'd play a wrong note. And so it was very...
How sophisticated, dude.
Yeah. And once I knew a song well enough, then the computer would play a whole symphony. So then I was in heaven with the whole
felt
orchestra.
like you were the whole orchestra. Awesome.
From there, though, piano, then I played violoncello, played trombone. So trombone was my instrument.
That's so cool, man. Can you look at Jackie right now? Look at her. Would you imagine her playing the trombone? How cool is that, man? And she go like hitting people. Whoop, bah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so played that all the way up to college. And
you played trombone all the way to college?
Yeah.
That's badass, dude.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I love the trombone.
And simultaneously danced.
Yeah.
So in grade school, I started doing your typical tap, jazz, ballet dance. And so there's always been this artistic side, but it's a balance between the artist and the professional. And Neander, I'm super excited to find how those, as life goes on, are blending more and more together. So
Yeah.
excited.
So, and talk about the DJ for a little bit, because, we talk about it. Just talk about it. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I think of DJing as the instrument of all instruments. Like you can play, you can create any instrument when you're DJing. And so, it was a fun ride the last 5 or so years. I'm taking a step back from DJing and finding other ways that I can incorporate my artistic side into investing in financial services. But yeah, I went all over the world DJing and yeah, I feel so grateful I feel like I can sit here today and say, in a way, I've done it all.
That's interesting that you say that, because when I was growing up, by being enthusiastic by music and loving and passion, and I have this in my mind, why you gonna be a musician? Musicians, I was broke, and you gotta always go do a real career, a real job, or whatever. So we grew up with that thing stuck in us that almost felt like music was wrong, right? That's how I grew up with it. And then I also opened my businesses and I did my other stuff. And then one day it was like, I'm so tired of this, man. I want to just do what I love in music, right? And I did. That's when I met you, and I start playing, and I travel all over. We play together a few times in a few shows. You're part of the Neander Lima band, and we had a fun. But I also discovered that was not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I had a lot of fun, and it got out of my system. You know what I'm saying? I thought this is what I wanted to do, but I found out it was not. It was okay, but I have to see it for myself. Did you feel some of that too?
Yeah, absolutely. Completely understand that. Yeah, I was to the point where I was starting to produce music, and went to LA and did a little bit of music classes and realized there's something there, but yeah, to be this, big, powerful DJ, I don't know that that's my calling. There's another way I can make a difference in the world, and
absolutely,
and I'm getting closer.
And because the financial part of it is something. And the music, there's a beginner, there's the middle, and then there's the really popular, right? The middle sucks. And that's where I got to the point that I was like, a piece of crap, but I was not a famous either. I was in the middle, where some people know who I was. That I actually got approached in the airport a few times because they in the bachata salsa scene, they know who I am, but I wasn't the top either. And that middle, it's kind of weird. But I was doing kind of okay on my last few years or months, I'll say, from the musician, but it doesn't compare to the lifestyle or to the businesses that I have now. Absolutely not. And to get to that point, and for any artist, even famous artists, for you to make money, you have to travel a lot. You have to be on the road. You have to expose yourself to new stuff. So I think what we do now, it's a lot better, don't you think? Because money's interesting. It is important. And for you to now helping others how to become financially free, and that they can do what they want. Like now I can play when I want as a hobby, and you can play where you want because I just want to play this weekend. You don't have to attach the dollar sign or the financial to it.
Yeah. And that's just it. I think I enjoy, excuse me, I enjoy playing at home more. And I mean, look at what you're doing here, Neander. This is wicked cool. And I'm glad you're having me. There's so much artistry that's here in it. So it'll always be a part of you. It'll come out in new ways.
The creativity and the little songs in between. I'm a little picky, but Jackie, okay. So talk about this flips. Cause you still, I wanted to hear on the phone and I was like, you know what? Don't.
Yeah.
Just bring it to the show. I want to hear it now. What happened there? Because I know you're moving to Miami, and that's where the last I heard from you. And now it's like 2 flips on you, man. What the hell?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I saw the opportunity in the market, and any entrepreneur has to have a level of initiative where when they see the opportunity, they just go get it. Because if you hesitate, you have 10 other people have the same idea right behind you. So with COVID hitting LA, I left LA, moved to Florida. And when I got to Florida, I instantly saw the opportunity of undervalued real estate combined with low interest rates.
Which at the time, it was like record interest rates. This was great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Record low of all time interest rates. So bought 2 properties in Miami pretty fast. At the time I was sitting in Orlando.
So you bought them close together, like it was the same period of time?
I don't think you know this story, do you?
I don't know anything. I'm telling you, I don't know. Please share.
Okay. So I'm in Florida working remotely. COVID is in full force and just sort of exploring Florida, exploring if it's going to be like a second location for me.
Sure.
And as I'm sitting in Orlando, a friend sends me a text message and they're like, "Hey, kind of following you on Facebook. I think you should buy this property."
Huh.
I could sort of put it to the back burner.
And they're kind of like, yeah, she's a baller. Yes.
And throughout the course of the week, then a couple different things happened with the place that I was renting. Like the dryer didn't work, the hot tub didn't work. I like to think my living accommodations are nice, but there was some cockroaches. And I'm like, okay, clear sign I'm not in the right spot.
It happens, dude. That's welcome to the landlord life.
And so suddenly I went back to that friend and I pulled up a map and realized that it's on an island in Miami. Great price. I said, yeah, I'll take it. In fact, cash offer, sight unseen. I had been working with a realtor, so we put an offer. I said, I'll go see it tomorrow. So drove down. When I got there, I looked at the building and I said, wait, there's a second property in the same building. Price per square foot was lower. I'm like, I'll take that one too.
Wow. Let's go.
So walked away with 2, and my intention was long-term hold because of the low interest rates.
Right, yeah.
But fast forward 2 years later, real estate in Miami just skyrocketed.
Right.
So again, you have to take advantage of what the market gives you. So
absolutely.
Excited
that's
to say.
That's a very good point, and I'd love to hold on to that thought right there.
Oh,
but
okay.
Let's keep going. And then what happened? Then you wanted to hold it off, so you had to do some kind of renovations or anything. What did you do?
Yeah, so I lived in one and rented out the other. Okay. And I'm sure you have some good landlord stories. Like, I mean, my best story is when I when I got a call from the tenant and she said her sink was plugged. And I was like, I was at the end of my rope with this tenant because every little thing. So I took a plunger and just like started plunging her sink, made a huge dramatic scene. And we got this in it. It's sprayed. I don't know if you've ever done that where you've been plunging and then it shoots. Classic landlord story. But yeah, it was exciting. I don't love being a landlord. I can admit I'm glad that I was able to exit that and have a really good rate of return at the end of the day.
Right, which is, that's all we do it about. And sometimes, you gotta. We had one of our other guests here in the show and talked about had over 30 houses.
Wow.
30 houses, and he was self-managed. So oh my God, I can even think about it. And luckily for us on the multifamily, we buy properties over 60 units and above because that's the amount of thresholds that is be able to afford a professional management company, and it's still cash flow. So we don't have to do those things. But Dad and I had an apartment in Boston that we luckily had very good tenants. We're self-managing as well. We bumped the rents, we're cash flowing, and those are 4 engineers. One day I walked the property and looked like a frat house. What's the name of the one? It's college frat house. Yeah, frat house. So like flags and food everywhere, and I was like, holy camole, dude. But hey, Daddy put it for sale and great on the market too. Right before all this craziness is going on. Made tons of cash on it, and it was successful, man. We learned from it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm sure by doing those two, because like you just saw the opportunity, bought it, but it wasn't intentional. Like I'm gonna be a real estate professional now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I would say that wasn't the intention. I wanted to learn more about real estate because I think it's important to be diversified.
Absolutely.
And I think I can say, hopefully, that I learned what I needed to learn. And now I'm excited to talk to you and Multifamily Empire about maybe doing it differently or doing it a little more easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is your intentions now of Jack? What is the name of the business for the property, the real estate?
So Jackie-O Properties.
Yay.
Yeah.
What is the vision for that one?
Yeah, to be determined. I thought it was going to be buy and hold.
Yeah.
And I just closed the second property. So just, did the fix, flip, and sell.
Yeah.
Get out.
When'd you close?
February.
Wow.
Yeah. So resetting the vision.
So do you plan to buy more properties, or you plan to, what is your goal with that?
Yeah, I can say that I'm not planning to buy, call it single family homes, and do what I did before and be a traditional landlord. So, so I think I'm going to be calling Multifamily Empire.
Hey, let's go, man. And I think, like, seriously, for you, and I always thought about this, I think we had this conversation, for you and this industry of multifamily, of like, syndication and raising capital, because you're such a great and fun personality, you'll be great at it. Definitely. I totally see it, and whatever we can do to help, Jackie.
you.
I love this story, dude, and I absolutely love it. And how can people get in contact with you?
Yeah. So Healthy Wealth Management LLC is my investment services firm, and they can reach me at jackie.onen@lpl.com. If they're interested in more. Again, real estate, Neander's the king. I don't want to take away from that.
No, I'm not. I'm certainly, we're learning every day, man. But like, we talked on the show with other people, like it's surrounding yourself with good people.
Yeah.
It's getting the mentors and proximity to people. And it's the whole secret behind.
Yeah.
And just putting yourself out there and doing it.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. You continue every time. I mean, we could probably talk for days about the time that we attempted something and we learned. It's never failure. You always learn, and then
growth.
And then you rise.
Part of the growth.
Yeah. So one other thing I wanted to mention too, I'm excited about a new part of the venture for confident, wealthy women. And this is a project where I want to bring women together once a week on a Zoom call and just inspiration. Have some amazing experts. This one is only for women, Neander.
I was just like, why? Like, I want to participate in, man. I want to.
You can log on behind Delia's shoulder and watch.
Look, I love that. That's really great.
Yeah.
When are you going to start that?
Yeah, good question. So hit me up at info@confidentwealthywoman.com, and more to come for that.
That's great. And Jackie, this is the part that we do it. We just want to know a little bit more about you, and we're going to ask you some questions. So this is Spilling the Beans with Jackie. All right.
Okay.
Starbucks or local coffee shop?
Oh, local coffee shop.
Are you sure?
All day long.
Tiesto or David Guetta? You're a DJ.
Tough question. Both.
You got to pick one.
David Guetta.
All right,
Okay.
all right, good. Bodysuits or jeans pants?
Bodysuit.
Jackie. Wisconsin or Miami?
Ooh, Wisconsin will always be home.
Let's go, man. That cheese. Self-direct or financial advisor?
Ooh, financial advisor.
Let's go. On stocks, funds or individual?
Depends.
Funds or individual?
Funds.
Funds. Neander Lima Band or Antonio Bliss?
Neander Lima Band.
Let's go, Jackie. I knew that one. I would have been pissed off. It would be otherwise, okay? Okay. Cafe racer or a chopper?
Chopper.
Chopper? I told you. Okay, all right, cool. John Deere, tractor, or Mercedes?
Oh, man. Depends.
No.
John
I saw it
Deere.
on your Instagram, and you on a John Deere tractor. Let's go. This was a Spilling the Beans with Jackie. Woo! Oh man, Jackie, this was fun. I could probably say that you're gonna pick the John Deere all day long. But Jackie, I want, if you look to that camera right there, and if you have to talk to your younger self, what would you have to say? Start by saying, "Hey, Jackie."
Hey, Jackie. Precious, beautiful. Always keep your head high. Always keep your faith strong. And go for it. Listen to that tiny little voice. Keep your soul. Business has a way that it can be ruthless sometimes, but stay true to who you are and keep your beautiful, beautiful soul. Protect it with everything you have. And you got this. You got this. With your head and your heart aligned, go for it. And it'll have to be something where you wake up every day and reconvince yourself that you want it. But stay true to yourself. Always think of helping others. And you'll reach your dreams. Keep dreaming big. And keep smiling. Stay positive.
Let's go. Jackie, I got goosebumps, man. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for coming to the show. And I could see, like, to get to know you from the business side to from actually our artistic side, and see your growth and your drive. And every time I see you, you have this spark of something. And you're so passionate of everything you do. And that's awesome. And I hope that your business's success, your businesses get successful. Anything we can do to help you and to grow, to add value to each other. And I appreciate the friendship. Jackie.
Absolutely. Thank you, Neander.
And today we're gonna end the show by dancing bachata. Let's go.
What?
And as always, thank you for watching the Real Grind podcast. You can watch the full episodes on Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that like button. Remember, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, so you can always be sure that you're not missing out who's the next guest, some coffee tips, and everything else about it. Thank you so much, and as always, this is the Real Grind.
Waking up to success, now we getting it started. This is the real grind. Everything you've been wanting, building an empire, no question. Talking about real estate, investing, making the millions, no stopping. While we sip on, go and make coffee. The real grind, this is the real grind. Let's go.